Juan Pablo, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, Maya, qué gusto tenerte por acá. Años
Thank
sin verte
you.
después de conocerte desde Copenhague hace
Wow.
1000 años.
Hace 1000 años exactamente. Juan Pablo, since we are here with you and you speak perfect English and we have so many followers who don't speak Spanish, tell us a little bit about who are you, where are we right now?
Well, Maya, welcome again. I'm Juan. I'm the manager of Hacienda Venecia. It's a working coffee farm, fourth generation in coffee, very close to Manizales, in the heart of the coffee growing area of Colombia. As I said, Hacienda Venecia, we're over 150 hectares in production in coffee. Basically, we've just gone through harvest at the moment.
And there's so much talk about the coffee harvest literally anywhere in the world, but of course Colombia is still one of the biggest producers, the biggest Arabica producer, was Arabica producer, and we've had 4 years in some regions with La Nina. We've had the same extreme weather patterns for many years here. How is the new 24-25 harvest coming in here in the Eje Cafetero
Well, if
Central
we
Colombia?
compare it to the past, to the previous 2 years, there was an improvement. But that improvement, if you compare it to the previous years before 2 years, it's going back to basically the average that we had. So yes, it did increase regarding the past 2 years,
Right.
but not a bumper thing that will see totally different numbers, at least in this farm and in this region.
And then when you're looking at the farms and talking to your neighbors around in the region, where we have also seen a lot of farms literally being replaced with what used to be coffee all over along the road, we have a lot of industrial development, we have a lot of farms and lands that have been changed to other crops.
Yeah, well, you have to, in order to get the big picture of Colombia, you have to understand that you produce coffee between the border with Ecuador in the south, with the border in Venezuela in the north. We're right in the middle. Depending on where you are in the country, you would have more production first semester of the year or second semester of the year. Usually it's south of Colombia, it's first semester, north of Colombia, second semester. Weird, because in the middle, we have a small crop first semester and a much larger crop second semester. So depending on where you are, you would have a totally different production expectations. You've mentioned it. There are some areas out of the production in Colombia or the coffee farms that are started to develop. That's mostly around this region, where the land has become very expensive, where labor has become very expensive, and they've changed into probably holiday homes and so on. But I would have thought that that's a small percentage out of the whole picture of Colombia. But nevertheless, it's there. This region in particular is not growing in area, it's actually reducing in area. It's the south part of Colombia, from what I hear, because I'm not from there, that's apparently growing, and probably a bit of the north. But that should compensate with the lower. But in overall, well, I can tell from my region, as I said, they will have to speak for themselves on the other regions. I don't think this region should be increasing in big volumes as such.